Hello there. In this video, you'll learn how to build your own self-esteem. You'll also learn what having a high level of self-esteem looks like and why this is so important for your leadership. Let's start by sharing some situations with you that you'll probably be familiar with. Firstly, imagine yourself giving a presentation to a group of more senior managers or clients of yours. Seriously, imagine standing there in front of them as you present your ideas and suggestions. In that situation, you're feeling confident. Even though the questions come thick and fast at you, you hold your ground. You answer the questions when they come. And if you don't know the answer, you just say you don't know. There's never a thought in your head from your internal critic that says, oh, what will they think of me? Or what happens if I say something stupid? Or what happens if they don't agree with me? Or I don't know what I'm doing here. Why are those thoughts from your internal critic not there in your mind? Because you've trained yourself to notice the games that your internal critic plays. And because at a deep level, you know that the situation, the presentation, ultimately it doesn't really matter. In some sense, you don't care. Now, I know that sounds strange, but just stick with me here. Yes, you're there to add value and offer your insights. But if they don't like you or what you have to say, then so what? You're simply being present, being with those that you're talking to. Let's try another situation. Imagine that your boss sends you an email telling you to do something that you know to be a waste of time. Now, rather than panicking and immediately replying and saying yes and putting whatever else you were working on to one side to do this thing, you calmly stand up, walk across to your boss's office, knock on the door, say hi, and discuss his request with him. The two of you agree that actually it's not as important as what you're working on presently, and you agree to talk about it again the next week. You leave, walk back to your desk, and focus on what's most important to you. There's no residual thoughts or worries for you about what your boss might think of you. And a third situation, someone on your team is trying to undermine you in some way. This person is gossiping behind your back and sabotaging your plans. And you have the facts to prove that this is really the case. Now, rather than worrying about it and avoiding the person, making excuses for them and blaming yourself, you have a conversation with them immediately. You calmly explain the situation, present the facts that you have, the impact that it's having, and ask them to describe it from their point of view. You also tell them what the consequences will be if it continues. And if it continues, you replace that person and explain to the rest of the team why. The whole thing is dealt with quickly and fairly. What enables you to feel so confident in these situations, to be at ease in them? Your healthy self-esteem, for sure. But more specifically, it's your healthy level of self-acceptance that enables you to be like this. And it's self-acceptance that is the solution to low self-esteem. Self-acceptance is you accepting yourself in spite of any deficiencies you may think you have. Accepting your strengths, your weaknesses, the successes, the failures, all the good stuff you like about yourself, and all the bad stuff that you don't like. All of it, all the things you deny or reject about yourself, accepting that it's all a part of you. Self-acceptance is you knowing that you have value, that you have worth, that you're worthy. You know that you have strengths and that you also have weaknesses too. You know that rejection doesn't matter. And you won't allow yourself to be manipulated by others trying to make you feel fear. And you won't let your internal critic make you feel bad about yourself either. But far more importantly, you know at a deep level that you have unique value. By being accepting of your weaknesses, this doesn't mean that you don't want to improve. Of course, it's natural to want to improve, but the difference is that this desire is driven from a healthy place and not a place of judgment and blame. So you can be both fully self-accepting and looking for ways to improve. From a leadership perspective, people are naturally attracted to those who have a high level of self-acceptance and are comfortable with themselves and who they are. And people are generally repelled by those who are not confident and who are always doubting themselves. We respect other people when they're not afraid of standing up for what they believe in. People who don't just agree with things because they're worried about rocking the boat. So the question now becomes, how do you build a healthy level of self-acceptance? How can you change your thinking in order to do this? In the next video in this series, I'll show you exactly how to do that. So thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next video.